Welcome, YouTube. This is Dale Calvert from CMGSportsCardInvestments.com. I am very excited to share this information, especially those of you that are entrepreneur minded, maybe not really into sports cards that much, but you're looking at this from a side gig perspective. And those of you that are flipping sports cards right now and just getting started, this is going to be a game changer for many of you, what I'm getting ready to share with you. So listen up. I'm excited. I hope you'll see what I'm sharing. I hope I can communicate what I'm seeing here. And I think it'll make you a lot more money with any type of investments from a sports card, even, Pokemon, any kind of collectible card. All of you probably realize that PSA is the granddaddy of the sports card industry. There's no question about that. If you've heard any of my content on YouTube or you're a regular visitor of our website and the information we share there at cmgsportscardinvestments.com, you've heard me use the term alternative grader. And people have asked me, Dale, what do you mean by that? And hopefully they'll be very clear when I'm finished here. But when we use, what we do, we use PSA if at all possible. That's the go-to. That's the granddaddy. That's the company everybody's familiar with. But in all reality, the truth, especially as it relates to modern cards, a 10 is a 10. A 9 is a 9. As it relates to modern cards, there's not a lot of variations, guys. We all know that. It doesn't matter really who grades it. If they're competent, and they aren't going to stay in business very long if they're not. But a competent grader, a 10 is a 10, a 9 is a 9, and so on and so forth. And whether PSA or Joe Blow Cards grades it, it really doesn't matter. But again, with that said, we use PSA every chance that we get. If it makes financial sense, we do. But right now, at the time of this video is being recorded, we have over 200 cards out to what I call alternative graders, two different companies, and then we have about 200 total to PSA at the time of this recording. So what I'm getting ready to share with you, I just heard about this honestly Saturday, and nothing is in stone yet, but a company that we work with, a phenomenal company, affiliate program that we work with called Collect Direct, the owner, Dave Jordan, announced Saturday that they are going to move into the card grading niche of sports cards, of collectible cards. Moving because he already has 3 or 4 in-house graders that are phenomenal at what they do, and this is just a natural progression of the business. Now, his goal, and again, this is not in stone, so don't come back at me and say, well, you said it was going to be this, but it's that. But on Saturday's conference call, he said his goal is if people do grading in bulk, and he referenced 50 cards at a time to 100 cards at a time, which a lot of us, all of our bulk submissions are 50 to 100 with any grading card company. But he said with 50 to 100, he's going to try to get the grading fee in the $6 range. $6. That's a game changer. I don't care how you look at it, it's a game changer. Now, because I know, and many of you will realize that are actively flipping cards, many times the difference between a $20 PSA fee and a $10 alternative grader fee, if you do in bulk, that's where your profits are. That $10 right there, that's your profit, especially if some of the modern are not modern cards, and some of the cards that are valuable. But you take a $2 card, and if you have it graded, you can change that $2 card into a $23, $24 card. If you sold it raw, it'd be $2. But by having it graded, you can sometimes earn $23, $24, $25 on that card, which many of you know. And sometimes alternative grading companies are the only path to immediate profits. I'm going to give you a couple quick examples, and then I'm going to share with you some information you don't want to miss. But this is just from cards I purchased this past weekend. I just pulled out a few just to show you an example and what a $6 grading fee could mean, which is the go of Collect Direct. This is a Joe Montana 87 tops. The PSA 7 is going for $18.75. Well, I have a card in hand that I believe will grade for at least a 7, maybe an 8, maybe a 9, but at least a 7. So if I send it to PSA and I'm paying ballpark $20, and I realize they have specials and there's all types of parameters with PSA, but I think $20 is that's your fair base for most PSA cards. $20 with PSA, and I send it and I sell it for $18.75. If it came back as 7, I'm losing $2.25. If I could have that PSA, or if I could have that card come back a 7 with Collect Direct, and I can sell it for close to what a PSA would sell, sometimes more probably. With some alternative grading companies, I've sold alternative graded cards more than I would have gotten with PSA. It's not a exact science, as we all know. But in this example, instead of losing $2.25, I'm making $12.75. Well, you do that with 100, 200, 300 cards a week or a month, that's a significant difference. If the card came back as a PSA 8 with PSA, I would lose a nickel because the sale prices were showing as $19.95. With Collect Direct, it would be a $13.95 profit. And if it comes back at 9 with PSA, I'm doing great. And normally I don't send cards unless I know for sure that it's going to come back an 8 or a 9. But with PSA, I would make almost $30. But with Collect Direct, my profit would be $43.99 for the same card, same grade. Again, examples are endless. This is on an 86 Joe Montana PSA. On a PSA 7 or grade 7 with PSA, I would lose $6. Collect Direct, I would make 7. On a 8 grade, a card comes back an 8 with PSA, I would lose $2. Based on the example here, with Collect Direct, I would make $12. A PSA 9, or a grade 9 with PSA, I would make $46. With Collect Direct, $60. And again, I can give you example after example. I don't want to wear you out with this. I'm sure you're getting the idea and the concept. But here's a Jordan card, 9293 Upper Deck, grade 7 with PSA. I would lose $4.77 based upon a 1523 sale price. With Collect Direct, I'm making over $9. Based upon a 9 grade, with PSA, I could earn $15. With Collect Direct, $29. So some cards you see, the prices are all over, everywhere. There's no logic in the card prices. Here's an example of a Tom Brady PSA 9 sold for $15.99. Somebody's asking for a PSA 7, they're asking $32.50. Somebody else for a PSA 8 is only asking $20. When you run across cards like this, and it's not that often, but from time to time, what do I do? I send them to an alternative grader. I get them graded, and then I price the card for whatever I want to price it at based upon all the comps that I can find. But that card is definitely not going to PSA when a PSA 9 just sold $15.99. It's not going to happen. But it's Brady, so I'm definitely going to send it. It's in great shape. It may come back an 8 or a 9, and when it does, I will sell it and I will make a profit. Here's changing the script a little bit. You can go on eBay right now. I bought 200 Don Mattingly cards last night that I'm doing this with. But here's just an example of what you can do, because you can buy some of these highly sought after, highly endorsed players such as Chipper Jones and many other superstars. You can buy them in bulk, have them graded, And they don't have to be the, the 101 or the 199s. I mean, just this card's from 1991 score. There's the biggest market of these cards. You guys know they're everywhere. So I'm giving you some broad examples here that if you've been around a while, it's like 91 score, really? Yeah, let's look at it. So you can see, it sells for about $1.89 individually. This last one sold uh, on eBay. That was not graded. A graded PSA 9 sold for $14.99. So if I bought the card and turned around and sold it and had it graded at PSA, I'm going to lose about $5. But if I'm getting this card graded at 9 with Collect Direct, that's a nearly $9 profit, $8.99. Big, huge difference. Here's just another example. 91 score. This was a PSA 10, sold for $23. So with PSA on a 10 grade, I would make $3. With Collect Direct, it's $17. Here's an example for an 8 PSA. I would have lost $6.25 on a grade 8. Collect Direct, I'm making $7.75. So you can do this all day long, what I'm getting ready to share. You can buy cards all day long like this. Five Chipper Jones cards for $4.12 shipped to your door. If they come back a PSA 10, if all five of them came back a PSA 10, which they probably wouldn't, but if they did, you're looking at $76.76 profit if they were graded uh, for $6 each through Collect Direct. How many bulk buys can you do like this every week? How much money do you want to make? I mean, when you really stop and look at this, a Collect Direct 8 would have made you $6.25 profit per card. A Collect Direct 9 grade would have made you $14.99 if it rings similar to PSA, which it will, and especially with these type cards. And the Collect Direct 10 will give you $17 profit for card or $76 on a purchase of 5 cards. I could give you examples after example after example of this, but you guys are getting the idea. Here's the bottom line. So, well, Dale, how do I get involved with this $6 grading? Well, you have to be a member of Collect Direct, and there's going to be parameters, and this has not been launched yet. It's coming. Will it be $6 per card? I don't know. Maybe 8. Maybe 9. Dave's he's in the process of hiring more graders and getting this thing ramped up. So time will tell. But if you want to stay in the loop on this, what you need to do right now, don't procrastinate because you'll forget about it. Go to cmgsportscardinvestments.com/sportscard grade. Sportscard grading. And there'll be a form like this. You just put in your name and your email and click keep me in the loop button on the website, and we will give you updates on this. I am beyond excited because my whole thing is taking entrepreneur-minded people that have wasted a lot of time, effort, and energy in multiple different businesses that didn't work out and share with them, look, sports card is a viable option for you. Some people, they're just looking for an extra $300, $400, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. I sincerely believe with the right education, a little bit of self-education, that you can make $500 on average per week and have fun doing it with the sports card market. You don't have to be a guru one-on-one buyer, doing, multiple $1,000 deals every day, but you can put into practice systems, processes, procedures that make sense. And this is just one of many that you can do over and over and over, and compounded can make a very significant second income. So that's the purpose of this channel, really, at this point. That's what we talk about at CMG Sports Cards Investments. And it might be sports card investments. I might have that wrong. I think I do. I think it's CMG Sports, no, it is sportscardinvestments.com. It's close. You'll find it. I'll put the correct link for sure in the description of this video. Any comments, questions, please leave them below. I'll be happy to respond to you. But I'm really excited about this because this is going to be, it's been a game changer for me just using alternative grading companies. And if he can get the grading, and I know the quality of the grading that his in-house graders do already, but if we can get this at this type of price point, it's going to make a huge difference for a lot of people and a lot of people that we work with. So you guys have a great day. My name's Dale Calvert. Go check out the site, get yourself registered, and I'll keep you in the loop and let you know when this grading is available to the general public.
I am on my way going through Dalton, Georgia right now, home with my buddy Michael Penland. On my way to Chattanooga, Tennessee for a card show there. Last week I was at a local card show in Georgia, and as you guys saw, we were able to pick up about 200 cards from a $3 box, 22 of which we've already sent to PSA, and we're expecting to be able to flip those cards between 40, and we had one that we feel like can bring $400. So just a huge hit last week. And talking with the gentleman that I bought these cards from, he was telling me about the show in Chattanooga this weekend. I know he's going to be there. I know it's going to be a larger show, so I want to head back, see what we can pick up. I'll try to share with you some footage from the actual show this week, and of course we'll let you know what we end up picking up. Also want to get some more wax. We just had tremendous success, maybe luck, probably luck, with the wax that we bought. We bought a limited number of wax. I'd also like to pick up a Tiffany, any Tiffany sets that I can find. I'm hoping to find some Tiffany sets here, and I need to get a few supplies. So I'll be back with you in a minute, share with you footage from the show, and excited about today. Again, on my way to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Talk to you soon.
At work, I have a big old Screaming Eagle emblem. So I put it at my desk.
Okay, so I've hit the dollar boxes. You can see actually it's a $3 box. Same guy I bought from last week. I bought 200 from him last week. I bought 200 this week. So, you know, $3 a card, 200, that's $600. And I was actually, you know, since I bought from him last week, he made me a deal last week, I think $350. I got them for $330 today because I was paying cash. So I've got 200 cards here that I have a little over $1.50 each in. Some, if they grade well, we've got some $50, $60, $70 cards here for sure. If they grade well, the rest we can easily double our money. And I'm going to go back in. I'm going to get some wax. And I think I showed you footage before I came out to the car here. It's a pretty huge show. There's a lot of people in there. It's packed, and I really haven't even gone through and even looked to see what else is in there. I found my guy, sit down, and went through multiple big boxes to come up with the ones that I've purchased. So I just wanted to bring them out to the car, and I'm going to head back in, and hopefully we'll find some more good stuff. We'll let you know. Okay, I'm back in the car. Bought a couple boxes to rip when we get home. If I come home and don't have boxes to rip, I'll be in trouble with my wife. And I don't want that. So I got this box of Big League Baseball and also Topps Heritage. You guys may have seen the video that we did on this channel here in the last week or so about just reviewing both of these boxes. Pretty good value potentially with both of them. So we got those. And then I've got just a lap full of cards here. It was $1. It was a 25-cent box. But if you bought 100, you got 100 for 10 cents each, 100 for $10. And I couldn't stop at 100. I ended up getting 125 cards here. And I'm not going to go through a lot of minor stars. You can see there's a Dennis Rodman right there. But this is kind of interesting. This guy, Nick Bossa, I guess that's the way you say his last name. We also did you can see all of these. I'll talk about Nick Bossa here in just a second, but I mean, I got a lap full. There's Trevor Lawrence here. I mean, how can you go wrong for a dime? A dime each. Troy Aikman. There's more Troy Aikman. But back to Nick here. We did a video also on this channel recently. Well, it was a survey of the top 10 players in the NFL according to their peers. You may have seen that video that we did on this channel. And Nick Bosa was one of the top 10 rated players by his peers defensively. So you can see I bought a ton of his. I bought all the guy had because of the dime each. I think he originally had them priced at 50 cents or 75 cents. But if this guy continues to gain popularity among his peers, he probably will as well in fantasy football, which all that bleeds over to the card market. So anyway, very, very happy with today. I'm going to head back to Atlanta. We will open these boxes of Big League Baseball and the Heritage when we get home, and we'll share with you what we pulled from those. But a very, very successful day. This is, and it's not going to happen overnight, but it's an easy way to double, triple, quadruple your money all day long without question. I mean, when you can buy Troy Aikman cards for a dime and so on and so forth, and everything that we've shared with you. And this is the example. If you want to get into this business, this is the best way to do it. And I just want to give you as many examples as I can as far as focusing on building your inventory through dollar boxes, dime boxes, quarter boxes, 50-cent boxes, $3 boxes, $5 boxes at baseball card shows. So anyway, I'm going to hit the road. And when I get back at some point, we'll open these boxes and share with you what we pull from those. And we'll see you then. Talk to you then. Okay, guys, we're back home now. I have opened the Topps Heritage box as well as the Big League Baseball box. I'll show you what we pulled from those, and then I'm going to show you some of the main cards that we got at the show, with one absolutely super hit, unbelievable hit that you'll see, which was made the whole show worth it. As far as the Topps Heritage, the way I look at this, I ask myself, was this a successful open? Dawn and I opened these when we got back. I didn't video it, but we opened the Top Heritage. I think it's about 30 cents a card is what this comes to when you do the math. We only paid $20 for this box at the show, but would I buy it again knowing what was in it? No, I wouldn't. Okay, so, and that's going to happen many times. All we really got from this, we got this Harmon Killebrew, which is a special insert, final hit and run. Quinn's fans somewhere will want to add that to their collection. We'll probably put that in our eBay store for $1.
We did also receive this Juan Soto. He's having a phenomenal year. All this will go in our eBay store. Special Jim Palmer card, pretty cool. Special insert. The best hit was Ronald Acuna. We'll probably hang on to that. You probably know he's been hurt, going to be out for the year. Magnificent, magnificent talent, huge upside potential. Uh, he's someone that we collect quite often. And then we got all these cards. There was six that are turned over backwards. We haven't done the research here. We don't know if there's a color variation, if there's something special about these cards. There probably is with some of them, but we haven't done the research. There's six here that we have to do. So one of these could be worth a lot of money, 20, 30, $40. When I say a lot, there's nothing special that we see right now. But again, we haven't done the research. We don't know if there's color variations or picture variations or whatever, but we'll find out. And there's probably something special with these six because they were turned over backwards. So if just one of these is some type of hit, then I would say the box was worth the $20. At this point, it's not. However, the Ronald Acuna, if Ronald comes back, who knows what that card may be worth in the future. Then we'll take a quick look here at the Big League Baseball. And those of you that follow this channel regularly, we did a full rundown, a review of Big League Baseball as well as the Topps Heritage here as well. There's videos on there, but I was very happy with the Big League Baseball. I'm not going to go through everything, but I'll just show you some of the hits that we got. These are the To the Moon cards. Let me just do it like this. I've got them in some kind of order here for you. But we got To the Moon. There's Otani. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, five of those, which was cool. Then some of the stars that we received in this particular box. We got Otani, Tejadas, Andrew McCutchen. This is his last year. Bobby Witt Jr., just some of the stars. Bryce Harper, and then some of the special inserts, the Good Vibes, Manny Machado, Frelick, Michael Harris on the Braves. That's all the Good Vibes. We had 4 of those. Then the special mascot cards inserts, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then some of the other special inserts, which you see there's another Otani. Frelick again. And then these were the reflectors, whatever. The special ones. Oh, shit. We got quite a few of these. Evan Carter, which I really like, very high on him. You can see these. Got some of these. And that's pretty much this set. So was very happy overall with this. Very happy. That was a $45 box, and we can easily make our money back. We've got a couple that we'll put away for a while to hold on to, but that's a fun pull right here. A lot of special inserts, fairly new, just came out. So I would buy another box. I would buy both of them actually. No major pulls, but we did okay. Now let's get to what we got at the show. And this is a stack there. And let me give you the numbers on this. There's actually 67 cards here. Our goal with these 67 is to send them to what we call an alternative grader. someone where we don't have to pay $20 to have the cards graded. There's grading companies out there where you can have cards graded for $10, $12. And if I have a card graded for $12 versus versus 20, that's $8 margin there that can be my profit in a card. So we have 67 cards here that I feel very confident that once we send them to an alternative grader, they're going to come back nines, tens, or eights. And even at eights, we're going to make money because we're not paying $20 to have the card graded. And we'll make $5 a card minimum on this stack of 67 cards is my projections. Well, that'll give us $335 profit. And I'm not going to go through all these, but you can see some of the cards we got. Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan. Here's an ode. Earl Monroe, Earl the Pearl, Luca, another Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Griffey, Moses Malone, and I can go on and on. I'm not going to. You get the idea. We found these. Our costs for these cards averaged about $1.75 after grading. Even if they come back an 8, we'll make at least $5 plus on these cards. We have 67 of them, which will give us a $335 profit. And again, I could go on and show you these cards. I'm not going to. We got some really good ones. Really good ones. There's Patrick, another Patrick, a lot of Griffey, Mike Prout, another Griffey, another, this is Jerry Rice, Trevor Lawrence, and on and on. So you kind of get the idea. That's using an alternative grader. And I'm going to do an entire training on this that you want to make sure that you subscribe to this channel because you want to check this out because I just got word actually coming back from this show. I got word on Saturday on a webinar that I was listening to while I was driving home. Collect Direct, the company that we work with, is getting ready to introduce grading and this is the preliminary numbers. It's not nothing's in stone yet, but the goal is to be able to offer grading with some top-notch graders that already are in house at $6 a card in quantity. It's as cheap as $6 a card. Now, if you stop and think about that, if I find a card that I can get for $2 or $3, and if it's graded, say I pay $2 for a card, and if it's graded and it comes back a 9, I can sell that card for $21, let's say. Okay, you can't do that. You can't pay $2, pay $20 to have it graded. That's $22 and sell the thing for 21. Doesn't work. But the reason I've always used alternative graders, if I can buy that card for 2 and pay $6 to have it graded, now I'm into it for 8. Even if I sold it for $18, I still got a $10 profit baked into that card. So there's a huge niche market for alternative grading with a lot of quality players, as I've just shown you here, Griffey's and quality cards that just are not old enough or popular enough or whatever to bump it to the 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, $100, $200 mark. There's a huge niche there that's not fulfilled that Collect Direct will be doing. And if you want to stay in the loop on this, make sure you subscribe to this channel because this new grading is coming out soon. And we're going to have a lot of videos and strategies to show you how to make money with what I've coined as alternative grading. Now, here's for the big hit. Here's the big stack. There's 63 cards here. We will send all these to PSA. If they average back a 9, our average profit will be well over $20 a card. which with 63 cards, that'll give us a return of $1,260. So to say this show was a success would be an understatement. I should go through these real quick and just show you some of them that we've got. Trevor, Luca, this Tom Brady. I had not seen that before, but a PSA and 10 and that goes for $75. This Shaquille O'Neal, a PSA 10 is 400. A PSA 9 is about selling for about 135 right now. Again, less than $2 into these cards. Stephen Curry, PSA 10 is 350, a 9 is $75. Jordan, these are going, there's two of these, they're about 190 in a PSA 10. This is the Griffey. This is a beautiful looking card. Looks really good. The corners sharp. Everything looks good. It's going for $299.45. And I could go on and I could go through all of these cards. I'm not going to. The bottom line is what we've already shared with you. We're looking at a major profit on these. We've got 63 cards. Average $20 profit will give us $1,260. When you combine all that together, I don't know what all this adds up, but it's going to probably be a $2,000 profit weekend, maybe a lot more, because we got one hit that actually blew our mind and absolutely blew our mind. And you're going to see that next. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me show you the big hit from the show. Okay, guys, without question, this was the find of the day. You can see it. The Michael Jordan that you're seeing. Actually, on the screen, I'm showing you up through my camera, but you also should be seeing it on the screen from eBay. This card was a redemption card in 91. Fleer, evidently in a pack, you could get a redemption card that you would mail in. And if you got the redemption card, you mailed in, you got this special Michael Jordan card that was not available in packs. It was available through redemption that you had to mail in. Now, I wasn't collecting during that time. I had no idea this card even existed. I didn't even know anything about it until today. So I just have learned about this evening. But this was definitely the find of the day, and the price for this card is all over the place. I find it really fascinating but you can, as we look down through here, like here's a PSA 7, and I looked and I feel confident this is at least a 7, at least, and I may be missing it. I could be, but I've looked at the corners, looked at the surface, it looks good. So this person's asking $3,400 for a PSA 7. $3,400. Paid less than $2. Less than $2. I'm not expecting $3,400. I just want to show you the prices. $3,000. This was not even graded. $2,400. Again, I don't understand it, but the prices are all over the place for this card. $1,200, $1,000, $700, $725, the exact same card. So I think definitely getting it graded because 10s are all over the place as well. Haven't even done this. Let me look on completed. What? I don't know. Oh, it didn't sell. That's what they were asking for, 25,000. Let me see what these have sold for. Okay, here's one that sold for 1,300, 1,200, 1,200, not even graded. Try this. Just look at this sold. 1,200, 450, 395. Okay, 350, 319. So I'm thinking, okay, $300. Say we get $200 a card. I got this card for less than $2. Okay, so I'm going to definitely send mine to be graded because I just think that's the way to do it. And here's what I haven't told you about this particular deal and this particular card. Again, my total investment, what was it? It was $330. And this was from the original 200 that I purchased. Okay. So, this one card, I spent $320 or $330 for 200 cards. This one card could pay for everything that I bought. And I'm confident that this purchase will, because I want you to see this, guys. I don't have one of them. I've got three. I've got three of these cards. One, two, and here's the third one. Three of these cards. So even if I only got $200 per card, if I only got $200 per card, that's $600 pays for everything with these three cards. And that's the kind of hits that are possible and that you can find at these shows going through some of these boxes and say, well, Dale, why would he have sold it for? I have no idea. But, maybe a lot of times people don't understand what they have their hands on. But there they are, three of them. And if I just grade them and get, profit 200 per card, everything else that you've seen on this video, all the other cards, we have multiple $100 cards, $50 cards, $40 cards. All the rest is free. So I'm pretty excited. It's been a long, long day. It's going on 3 o'clock in the morning at the time I'm doing this video. But I hope this has inspired you. I hope it's encouraged you. I hope you are starting to get a picture of the entrepreneurs out there, because my market is really entrepreneurs, and letting entrepreneur-minded people see that this is a viable business niche that, I'm glad you're following me on my journey here, because you're going to see us go from nothing, basically, small little sports card, a few listings on eBay. We're going to build a significant business here. And you're going to be able to follow all along the entire journey exactly what we do, the moves that we make, why we make them. And again, I really want you to have a clear understanding and perspective about why we do what we do and how we do it. So a lot of what I'm going to be doing, and even what I do now and don't talk about, and what I'll be doing down the road, people will not be able to relate. So I really am excited about documenting this journey. Got another show at the end of this month. Probably do, and if I find one between now and then, I may go to another one. But just so you can see the whole process, our eBay purchases every month, some of our show purchases, some of our Facebook marketplace purchases, and so on and so forth, so you can watch the evolution as we build this business out. So I hope you'll check out our website at cmgsportscardinvestments.com if you haven't already done that. And of course, if you want to stay in the loop on our journey, subscribe to this channel. And as always, your comments and feedback are appreciated. You guys have a great one. Talk to you soon.